What's up, everybody? So today I am going to cover what I feel like is one of the most important skills that you can gain in your career here at Encore, and that's the skill of overcoming objections. Now, one of the cool things about being a solar pro from my perspective is that the majority of the objections that you're gonna get when you're on a door really aren't real. What I mean by that is when you walk up to a door, you have the goal of setting an appointment. The customer has the adverse goal of getting you off their door as quick as they possibly can. And so what most homeowners do, they're gonna throw anything and everything at you that they can just to get you off their porch. Many refer to this as a buyer script. So if you were to walk into, call it a clothing store or an electronics store, as you walk through, oftentimes you're gonna have salespeople approach you, offering to help you, ask if they can help you find anything, etc. The majority of people, right when they get a question like that, their automatic response is, oh no thanks, I'm not interested, and hey, not right now, something like that, in order to get that person away from them. Even if it's something that they do need help with, people automatically do that. And so when you walk up to the door, they're gonna have a very similar response to you walking up to them as well. And so one of the things that you can do that I feel like is most important in overcoming their objections, or often referred to as smoke screens, is simply just remain calm. Oftentimes people, when they have something thrown at them like that, they get a little bit frazzled, they start to speak quickly, they don't quite know where to go with it. So remain calm. As we talk about on our new hire orientation very frequently, just remain low and slow with your tone. Don't let it frazzle you or change anything that you're doing. Then from there, have something that you can say that's just kind of a rote response to whatever it is that they're throwing at you. Some of the most common ones that you're gonna get that we refer to as smoke screens are, I'm not interested, I'm busy, not right now, come back later, leave a card, whatever it may be. It's something along those lines. Your managers will go into a lot more detail of those specific things that you're gonna get, but those are some of the main ones. So simply all that I do every single time I get an objection like that right off the bat is I simply just say, hey, no big deal, I'll just be really quick. And then I just continue on right where I was in my approach. So if they say, hey, yeah, we're not interested. Okay, cool, no big deal, I'll just be really quick. And then I continue through with my approach, and I don't let it frazzle me at all. I do that one time because the first time it's them just going into their buyer script. From there, if they bring it up a second time, I'm gonna say something very similar again, but I'm gonna make a mental note, knowing that, hey, they've brought it up 2 times now, so there's a chance that this could be a real objection. Most of the time, the real objection that they're throwing out at you is going to be, we've looked into solar before and we're not interested. And so if they say that one twice, as an example, I make mental note, I say a very similar phrase to what I said the first time, and I continue on in my pitch right where I was. Then from there, if it's brought up a third time, I'm gonna pause and I'm going to actually address this concern. This one is a fairly easy one to address, but it can sometimes be hard to get through to the customer. Sometimes it's gonna work, and other times it's just not going to, and that's okay. Just remember that you're not gonna get every single person that you talk to, but it's important to continue to try to push through those objections, because sometimes that can turn into a sale. So if someone's brought it up 3 times, I'm now gonna stop and I'm gonna start asking a few questions. The first thing is I'm just gonna say, oh, okay, gotcha. So you guys have actually had an energy savings report before. If the response is yes, I'm gonna follow up with 2 questions. The first question is, okay, gotcha. So how long ago did you have that done? Then from there, once they give a response, the general reaction for most salespeople is to jump in immediately and to resolve what they said. So if they say, oh, we looked into it 4 years ago, and if you were to then jump in and be like, oh yeah, you know what, it's totally different from what it is now. Maybe that wasn't their concern. Maybe they thought they were moving. Maybe they didn't like the look of it. Maybe, the numbers were too expensive. We don't know what happened 4 years ago still that caused them to not want to move forward with solar. And so you want to say, okay, cool. So it's been 4 years since you looked into it. What was the reason that you decided to not go solar then? Then from there, they're going to hopefully give you the response. Some people will, and some people won't. Maybe they slam the door in your face, maybe they give you the response. From there, once you have a response, your goal is to try and overcome that concern so that you can set the appointment. The easiest way to do that is state what it was, come up with something that you feel like will help to overcome whatever their concern was, and then move forward right where you were in your pitch and try to set the appointment and set up a time to have a tech come out and show them what solar will do for them now. All right, so in conclusion, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna summarize the bullet points of the things that we want you to do. The first one, remain calm, keep your voice low and slow, don't let it frazzle you, and continue to move through the conversation. Number two, have something that you can say that will, in a sense, ignore what the customer is saying and continue to move through the objection. And then the third one is once they have brought it up 3 times, from there, you want to make sure that you actually address the concern that they are expressing to you. If you continue to follow through this process every time, once again, it's not gonna help you overcome every single concern that anybody has on the door. I have people tell me no all the time, but it helps you to overcome some of them so that you can continue to improve, get better, and hopefully end up making more money. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this was helpful, everybody.